Hello and welcome to Curious Baatein. Today, I'm going to narrate a story. And by the end of the story, I'm going to raise some really important questions that I have in my mind. And I would love your inputs and answers for those curious questions. So, before I get into it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon so you get notified whenever we post another episode in the next week and be a part of this journey. So on the morning of 28th September, early morning when I had to board a train to go from Ahmedabad to Mumbai, I found myself at the station at 4 a.m. and I sat down, I boarded the train. It was early morning, so obviously I thought I'll go for a quick but uncomfortable nap. After 30 minutes, I found myself waking up to the sound of a baby crying. I know it doesn't sound unfamiliar, right? But this time, rather than getting upset about the baby crying, let me tell you what really got me worried. It's 7:05 a.m. when I'm writing this, and I've been observing that kid since 5:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. At 5:30, she was watching YouTube videos for kids on her phone. At first, her mom was sleeping. It was her way of giving her the phone so that she doesn't distract or disturb the whole compartment. And she was watching the same YouTube channel that my niece and nephew watch. So after some time, her mom got up again. She then took away her phone, trying to get her to sleep at around 5:45. But she resisted. But she also pointed at her eyes, saying, Mama, it's hurting. She was pressing and she was scrubbing her eyes, but again, because she was so attached or addicted to that phone, she didn't let go of that phone. Meanwhile, I was really moved by watching this scene. And I was watching this for the last 2 or 3 hours. And it's like 7 o'clock, right? Since I'm writing. So it's been 2 hours since I've been watching this kid who's under 2 years of age using her phone. And I know the after effects of phone and mobile devices on us. We've been seeing a lot of videos and we've seen all these movies on Netflix and so on. But I was really curious of what are the negative effects of these mobile devices on kids. I found myself getting into the rabbit hole of Google to search what are the side effects of these devices for kids. And I found these 5 main problems. Number 1, obesity. Number 2, sleep disorders. Number 3, changing in brain activities. Number 4, lack of focus. And number 5, not being focused on the outside environment. And these are just the current impacts. Imagine what are the impacts that they'll have in their habits and lifestyle and even personality when they grow up. And this is not a small problem. It looks like a crisis to me. We have a whole generation of kids that are getting addicted to these devices and getting addicted to these dopamine hits for instant gratification. Like these are like a drug. And in fact, these are a drug for kids who at such a young age get these dopamine shots, right? But I understand the argument that every generation has their own devices. They have their own gadgets. And I used to play with toys when I was a kid. When I grew up, my dad got they got a Nokia phone, and then they got a flip phone, and then they got a keypad device, and then they got a BlackBerry device. I remember getting an iPod when I was in school, right? And also a DSLR when I was in 12th. I was so addicted to the iPad that to play games like Clash of Clans and all these Subway Surfers and all that sort of stuff, I used to fight. Me and my brother had like 1 hour a day, which our parents fixed for us, which we used to follow most of the days. But one day I got so interested or so attached to it that I literally took my iPad and locked myself inside a cupboard to just play that game. And I was inside my cupboard for more than 1 hour, I think. And which was crazy when I think about it now, but at that time it felt right, So I know how it feels like when you get addicted or when you get really attached to these devices because they give you that instant pleasure. I wanted like the most points in Temple Run, and I wanted like all these look stuff, right? But imagine kids of 2 years of age, 1 year of age getting into all this. What's going to happen to their brains? How are their eyes going to deal with it? I mean, imagine, I can definitely foresee a social media platform coming for like kids in the near future, right? And parents are losing more and more control of their kids to these devices. I can see my Masi, she's like literally giving up because, she can't make my nephew feed. My younger brother have food without these phones. It's like a crisis on humanity. How are we going to deal with this crisis? Do we have a solution for these devices that actually were created to solve problems but are becoming like the biggest reason for the failure of mankind? I want to be optimistic. I really want to be. And I am optimistic in most places, but here I'm really worried. Let me know in the comments or let me know in my messages that am I over exaggerating this problem, or am I the only one that feels this way, or even you think about this like that? Do we have any solution for such a problem yet? I'm curious and I'm worried. So this was one such story that I've shared from my experiences and from my diary that really got me worried and curious at the same time. Let me know what you think about it, and if you want to have, and I think we should have more conversations around these topics. And what if you have any solutions, let me know. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Obviously, you know the drill. And don't forget to comment what you think about it and share this video with most and more people to find solutions. I'm looking forward to see you in the next episode. Until then, take care. Goodbye.